Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey into the dark and unseen corners of our everyday world. Today, we delve into the shadows of the mundane, the ordinary, the places we frequent without a second thought. Yes, we're talking about the metro, a place of hustle and bustle, a place where millions of stories intersect. But among these stories, there are some that stand out, tales that send a chill down your spine, stories that linger long after the trains have departed. We have sifted through the whispers and rumors to bring you 3 true metro horror stories. Stories shrouded in mystery, wrapped in fear, and dipped in the unknown. We won't reveal much now. The pleasure of the chilling truth is best served cold. Each of these tales is a journey in itself, a ride that's sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. So buckle up, hold tight, and keep your wits about you. Prepare yourselves as we delve into the first of our 3 true chilling metro horror stories. Our first tale takes us to the bustling metro of Tokyo, Japan, a place where the supernatural is just as real as the skyscrapers and neon lights. In the heart of this kinetic city, a chilling story intertwines with the everyday life of its inhabitants. It's a tale that revolves around the Tokyo Metro, a lifeline for millions of people, but for some, a corridor to the unknown. As dusk falls and the city of Tokyo comes alive, the metro takes on a different form. The crowd thins, the noises dull down, and the bright lights seem to cast long, ominous shadows. It's during these late-night hours that our story unfolds. Imagine, if you will, a weary salaryman returning home after a long day's work. He steps onto the last train of the night, sliding into the near-empty carriage with a sigh of relief. As the train lurches into motion, he notices a lone figure sitting at the other end of the carriage. Nothing out of the ordinary, he thinks, just another late-night commuter perhaps. But as the stations pass by, he realizes something is amiss. The figure never moves, never gets off, just sits there, silent and still. A chill runs down his spine as he catches a glimpse of the figure's reflection. A pale face, hollow eyes, an expression of eternal sorrow. This is the phantom passenger, an apparition said to haunt the last trains of Tokyo Metro. Countless passengers have reported encounters with this ghostly figure, always on the last train, always in the same seat. Some say it's the spirit of a woman who met a tragic end on the tracks, forever doomed to ride the metro in a loop of her final journey. The salaryman, paralyzed with fear, watches as the phantom passenger slowly turns to face him. His heart pounds in his chest as the train pulls into the next station. The carriage doors slide open, and then, just like that, the figure is gone. The train moves on, leaving behind an eerie silence and a shaken passenger. The story of the phantom passenger sends a chill down the spine of those who dare to ride the Tokyo Metro late at night. It's a chilling reminder that even in a city as vibrant and bustling as Tokyo, the supernatural has a way of making itself known. As the last train pulls out of the station, one can't help but wonder if the phantom passenger is still waiting on the platform. From the crowded platforms of Tokyo, we travel to the lonely tunnels of the London Underground. In the heart of London, under the bustling city streets, lies a network of tunnels that tells a tale as old as the city itself. The London Underground, an essential lifeline for the city's inhabitants, holds secrets that are as chilling as they are fascinating. Beneath the rumbling metro trains and the hurried footsteps of the daily commuters, whispers of eerie encounters and unsettling experiences fill the air. The story we're about to delve into is not about the passengers who come and go, but those who never left, the spectral inhabitants of the tunnels, whose stories are etched into the cold, damp walls of the underground. Over the years, numerous metro workers have reported strange happenings in the tunnels. From the inexplicable flickering of lights to the chilling sounds echoing in the distance, the haunted tunnels of the London Underground have a chilling tale to tell. One such account comes from a night shift worker who reported hearing the sounds of children laughing and playing late at night, echoing through the empty tunnels. The joyous sound, rather than bringing a sense of comfort, sent a shiver down his spine. After all, what could be more eerie than the sound of children playing in a deserted tunnel long after the last train had departed? Then there are the sightings, phantom figures appearing and disappearing in the blink of an eye. Workers have reported seeing shadowy figures darting along the tracks, only to vanish when approached. These spectral apparitions, often seen out of the corner of the eye, add to the eerie atmosphere of the tunnels. One particularly chilling account is that of a phantom passenger, frequently sighted on the empty platforms late at night. Clad in Victorian-era clothing, the figure is said to board the last train of the night, only to disappear before reaching the next station. These stories might sound like something out of a horror movie, yet they are recounted by those who have experienced them firsthand. The haunted tunnels of the London Underground serve as a chilling reminder of the city's dark and complex history. So the next time you find yourself in the London Underground, remember the stories you've heard. As your train rushes through the dark tunnels, listen carefully. Listen for the distant laughter of children, the footsteps echoing in the empty corridors, and the whispers of the spectral passengers. Next time you ride the London Underground, listen carefully, for you might just hear the echoes of its haunted past. Our final stop takes us to the bustling metro of New York City, a place where millions of stories unfold every day, some darker than others. Today's tale follows an ordinary commuter. Let's call him John. John was a creature of routine. His life was a series of patterns and habits. One of these habits was his late-night ride home on the metro, a voyage he'd made countless times, a journey that was as familiar to him as the back of his hand. But one night, John's familiar journey would take a chilling turn. It began subtly, a feeling of unease, the sensation of being watched, of being followed. But every time John turned to check, there was nothing, just an empty carriage, silent and still. He dismissed it at first, attributing it to the late hour and his tired mind playing tricks on him. But as the days turned into weeks, the feeling persisted, growing stronger with each passing ride. The cold, empty metro cars seemed to close in on him. The shadows danced in the corners of his vision, and an icy chill would run down his spine. The feeling of being watched was constant, a relentless, unseen presence that seemed to lurk just out of sight. It was as if an invisible entity had taken a keen interest in John's nightly commute. The climax of this tale came on a particularly frosty December night. John, now accustomed to his unseen stalker, boarded the train. As the doors slid shut, he felt it, more tangible than ever before. The hair on the back of his neck stood up, a shiver ran down his spine, but this time it was different. This time he heard it, a whisper, barely audible over the hum of the train, a single word, John. John spun around, his heart pounding in his chest, but there was nothing, just the empty carriage, the flickering lights, and the relentless hum of the moving train. But he knew what he had heard, as clear as day, his name, spoken by the unseen presence that had been stalking him all these weeks. John never took the late-night metro home again. The unseen stalker, the whisper in the darkness, had left an indelible mark on him. He could never shake off the feeling of being watched, of being followed. The metro, once a familiar and comforting part of his routine, had now become a place of fear and uncertainty. So the next time you're alone on a New York metro train, remember, you might not be as alone as you think. And so, we reach the end of our chilling journey through the world's metros. What a ride it has been, wouldn't you agree? We've traversed the eerie underbelly of urban life, faced the supernatural, and emerged, albeit somewhat shaken, on the other side. Let's take a moment to revisit the tales we've heard today. Our first encounter was with the phantom passenger, a spectral presence that haunts the trains and stations, always just out of sight, reminding us that we're never truly alone in the dark. Then, we delved into the haunted tunnel, a place where the past refuses to stay buried, where echoes of a tragedy long past still resonate. A chilling reminder of the thin veil separating us from what lies beyond. Finally, we face the unseen stalker, an entity that lurks in the shadows, always watching, always waiting, a chilling testament to the fact that sometimes the most frightening things are those we cannot see. Each of these stories has its own unique brand of terror, a special kind of chill that runs down your spine, a cold whisper in your ear that says, "What if?" What if these tales are more than just stories? What if the next time you're alone in a metro station, you feel the icy touch of the phantom passenger, or hear the distant cries from the haunted tunnel, or sense the ominous presence of the unseen stalker? We invite you to share your thoughts on these tales. Which one sent the most shivers down your spine? Have you ever experienced anything similar in your travels through the world's metros? Share your stories, and let's keep the conversation and the chills going. Tell us which story chilled you the most, and do you have any similar experiences? Until next time, stay safe, and remember, the unknown is always closer than you think.